Hello, so go at it. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gatule Today channel. This evening we have a special program and we've invited a special guest today. The topic for today is regarding the multi-ethnic protest that will happen in Washington, D.C. on February 25th. So we've invited some community leaders to share more about the protest and answer some questions that we might have later, and then some context information um, about this protest that is coming up. So we have special guests Mr. Stephen Kyo, Mr. Shin Mang, and Mr. Van Liangko. Welcome to Gatule today. First, if you could introduce yourselves, your name, and if you are affiliated with any organization, and share a little bit about this. What is your role in this protest?
Could I start? All right.
Yes.
My name is Stephen Rekio. I am a Chin. I have been in the United States for about over 33 years, 43 years. I'm involved in what we call Chin United States Chin Coalition. We formed this organization after the coup in Burma, and this we call it USCC. USCC is kind of an umbrella organization covering all the Chin state, 9 townships with different dialects, languages, that we like to unite and do what we can to help the people in Burma, especially in Chin state. I am the advisor to the United States Chin Coalition, and Sing Mang is our secretary. And Van Lien is also our part of our member. That's for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stephen Kyo. Mr. Van Liang Kyo, do you want to share a little bit about yourself, and also if you have any other organization you're working with other than USCC?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for inviting Ketule. Hello, everyone. It is an honor to be with you all today, this evening, or this morning, wherever you are. First of all, we give the honors to all the fighters out there fighting everywhere to this military government. In the jungle or in the city or from other countries or from here in America. It is a terrific honor to be a part of that group. So I thank you for that first. And of course, we thank God for the opportunity like this. And I say it is an opportunity because most people don't really get a chance to be involved in things like this, even as bad as it is. For many people, we have an opportunity to make things better, I think. And so, but thirdly, to go into what we have been doing, especially the last year, my name is Van Lien Kyo. I am the secretary of Burma Advocacy Group. Our group, the BAG, consists of over 20 organizations, including USCC, the Chin Baptists and Karens and Karenis and Myanmars and American Baptist churches. And so we are convened by American Baptist Churches of USA, and our convener is Dr. Roy Medley, who is a retired General Secretary Emeritus. But he's more busier now than ever. So, but he's been leading us through this process for over a year and a half. We were tasked with 2 main objectives when we formed about a year or so ago. The first one was to be able to pass the Burma Bill, or known now as the Burma Act. And so, with God's guidance, we were able to do that. And so that's the first big hurdle that we went through. And the second part of our goal is the humanitarian aid for the whole Burma. That is our second goal. And so we are working on that in 2023 especially. And so, and one of the biggest goals that we also have is for all of us to come to a group of sort, to be able to work together, for all the Chins, Kachins, Karens, Karenis, and everyone else in between, so that we can kind of give a little bit of breathing room to our people in Burma, to lessen the suffering for the Burmese people, and also to fight the military, of course. And so that is our goal for 2023. And so thank you for the honor tonight, for inviting us. I see Dr. Ringer is joining, Dr. Dinger is also joining us there. So I will end that, and then hopefully we can talk more about what our plans are for 2023.
Yes.
But thank you.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Now we see that we have another guest joining. I believe Dr. Rodin. Can you just briefly introduce yourself, and then if you are affiliated with any organization?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. My name is Rodin. Currently, I'm chairman of United States Chin Coalition, also known as USCC. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. So the next question I have, if someone or a couple of you can just tell us for specifically about the February 25th multi-ethnic protest that is coming up. If you can tell us a little bit about where it's going to be, and the time, and what is the plan for the day. If somebody can explain that to our audience.
I think I can go for that one. My name is Xing Meng, and I am assigned to the secretary post in United States Chin Coalition, and led by Dr. Stephen Trejo and also Dr. Rodin. And first, we have an urgent meeting after the bombing, in the latest bombing in Chin State. And then I was assigned to coordinate with BAG and other Burmese groups that, to stage a big, if possible, a huge demonstration in front of State Department and White House in Washington, D.C. So I call up Uwan Lian Gil, and then Uwan Lian Gil gave me CLA 2, who reside in Washington, D.C., and CLA to organize all the meetings. This is the third meeting we have already done. So the plan is February 25th, around 1 p.m. We will start from State Department, and then we'll march towards White House, and then if the times permit, that we will be we'll be going to Lafayette Plaza, and there would be. We're hoping that a lot of people, not all the Burmese people living in Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New York, surrounding area, will join in that day. And also, we'll also coordinate with the Indiana Chin community, so that our brother Upita Thonghong and Putsung Big Zatang, and then we're trying to organize and at least a couple buses load of people that if they are willing to come, and we are trying to show up, at least according to our one of our communication minister Wu Tinglin Ao, that he is requesting at least 5,000 people to be there at that particular day. so far, that's I'll leave it there. So thank you.
Thank you for that information. So we know the military coup happened so two years now. So initially, when we were protesting 2 years ago, it was more like, we reject this illegitimate, election and result, and we reject the coup. This, taking the power by force, we reject that. But after 2 years now, we know things are worse now. More attacks from the military. So in this particular protest on the 25th, what is your main kind of motivation, main message you want to give across to the politicians and the general public? If you have to pick, what is the main message this time? What would that be?
Juan, you want to answer that, or you want me to answer?
Sure. You can go. I'll follow up.
Okay. There are a couple of things that we would like to add on that one. So I know it is going to be difficult, but I think we would like to request the United States government and to impose no-fly zone in Burma, and also to help us that to recognize NUG as a government, and then to help us the most they can. And at that part, I think I would like to refer to our President, Dr. Roding, that he can add more on that, what we need, and we will be demanding a lot of facts, but I think I would like to give a chance to Dr. Roding first.
Thank you, Pushing Monk. The protest, we would like to highlight the airstrike of the military junta to the civilians. It's a kind of war crime that the military junta commit, especially in the nationality areas like Karen, Karendi, Kachin, Chin. As an evidence, on January 10, 11, military junta bombed Camp Victoria in the Burma border, 2 days, and 5 heroes and heroines paid their life for the Chin and their beloved country. So that shows that the military junta lose in the ground battles. Only they can use is the airstrike, bombing mercilessly to every target, civilian target. So with this protest, we would like to highlight that military regime's brutal airstrike to the ethnic areas. And we would like to highlight, we would like to urge, we would like to demand our neighboring countries, especially India and Thailand, not to allow this brutal killing using their airspace. That is the second. And number 3, we would like to highlight international not to sell the fuel for the fighters, the aeroplanes that the military junta using the merciless killing to the people. Thank you very much.
Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, if I can add to that, personally, my main concern is that there is less and less freedom, more and more brutality in Burma. Brutality on the civilians, They burned houses, the military burned houses. I read in the paper, I think from Irrawaddy, that the military has burned down 72 villages. They have burned down at least 13 churches in Chin State alone. In Tlan Lao town, it's a township city, a town. They burned 1,300 houses, private houses, and churches too. So they become more and more aggressive. The military becomes more and more aggressive, brutal, and then actually they have no sense of being the sense of humanity is lost for them. Anything, anybody they face, they would kill. So it's a merciless government. They would kill children, women, anybody they think they oppose the military, they would kill. And so the brutality is so severe to me that the world, the United States and the whole world should not be standing idle, not to help us in any sense, in some way or another. I think they should also be part of the struggle against the military government. The freedom, religious freedom, they call it religious freedom. There is religious freedom in Burma. But as Christian, I have known since the beginning of the military dictatorship in 1962, I didn't notice any religious freedom. For example, the Buddhists can build their pagodas anywhere, anytime, with the government expenses. But the Christians, we have been applying for permit to build a church. We have never been granted for the last 60, 70 years. They always denied us. So there's no such thing as religious liberty. So, for example, think about the education. How many times during their reign, the military, have they interrupted education in high school and college universities? So the performance of education in Burma is very poor, very poor. In Asia, probably the poorest education system. And so I can go on and on, but I think that the world, the United States, should do more than what they have been doing. And on their part, I think the people of Burma are fighting against the military dictators for years. Every time there is a general election, the military party lost, and they will stage a coup. The next time around, they lost again, they stage a coup again. So how many times should they repeat this? So it's something, for me, it's intolerable. So that's why our demonstration in Washington, D.C. should spur us to do our part, show the world, show United States that we deserve to be helped in any way, in any sense that they can. That is, the demonstration would be our words saying, help us. We need your help. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Do you have anything else you want to add, Mr. Van Lienkyo?
Yeah. I'll add to that. Coming from the Burma Advocacy Group perspective, is that the question is, I think, is very important. Why should I participate in the demonstration? I'm from Milwaukee, I'm from Texas, or I'm from Georgia, or why should I go there? And I think is that two things for me. First, if we look at how the Burma bill passed, it passed because the Karen organization, the Karen Baptist Conventions America, Kareni Americans, we all came together along with Chins, Karens, Kachins, all the other Burmese, and we did a signature drive. And that was very, very effective, number one, which means that we were all kind of uniting together for a particular, very important cause. So in this demonstration, the next step would be, for example, we need the Congress and the House of Representatives and Senators to hear us more and more about Burma. The leaders will tell you that they are having a tough time because, number one, we are kind of, the Kachin does their own things, Kachins and Karens, and many, many times before. But in the last year, 2022, we came together to push this Burma bill, and it passed. In the same way, if we can come back and ask for example, appropriation, the money that the Burma bill had kind of opened the door for us. And so if all of us can come together and to be unified, reconciliate amongst us, and kind of have a big one voice instead of separate voices, I think that would be also, it'll be huge. We can sign up many things, we can do many, many projects together. And I hope that everyone will show up, from the Kachins, Karens, the Chins, and everyone else in between, to be able to have it and say, okay, we need to fight Min Aung Hlaing with one voice. And we need to go to the Congress, House of Representative and Senator with one voice. And so hopefully we'll get there. I know it will take a few steps. I realize that, but hopefully we will be on the way there to be able to work together, all of us, and the ethnic group especially. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for that message of like unity, especially because, as we all seen, especially the airstrikes are so damaging, and it affects every ethnic group. It affects Karen, it affects Chin, it affects, Burmese, everybody. So at this time, it's really important that as different ethnic groups, like we should definitely come together and continue working on in this fight. So another question that I have, some people might be wondering if I do come to this protest, are we allowed to bring our own messages? Like, because it's going to be in-person protest, do you support people bringing their own protest messages, or is that something that you would provide as a planning committee?
I'll take that question. As far as I know, and the planning committee in the local DC area, and I think they have their placards. I would say messages. They have their messages, and I believe that is not, you can bring your own messages. So, if I may mention a few, and a few organizations, and that all organizations might not be included, but I apologize for that. But here we have a current community of Minnesota and United States Chin Coalition, current Baptist Churches of USA, Anti-Dictatorship of Burma, DC metropolitan area, and current Organization of America, and also Safe Myanmar, and also the R2P Myanmar are also included. So this is the first time that we organize for demonstration, and then now we are seeing a few of us started together. I think in the future, I think we can we can be more united, and then it's going to be more. A lot of people will get involved in the near future. So I think we have a good start, but I think we also need a lot of advices, help, and then encouragement. And also on the ground, the peoples are, especially in DC area, Baltimore area, the local group are tirelessly working, getting a permit, and all the route they need to get all the permits, according to the government law. So we gave kudos to those men and women, and Safe Myanmar, and we really appreciate, and we hope to see you, huge crowd in Washington D.C. in February 25th. Thank you.
Thank you. So another question I specifically kind of want to ask Dr. Roding and Mr. Stephen Kyo, because in Karen culture, and even I'm sure in Chin culture too, we value the advice, the wisdom from our elders. Specifically, my question to you is, since you are Chin, so what message do you have for other ethnic people that are watching this channel? For example, other Kareni, other ethnic people that are watching. What is your message, and why should they join this demonstration on February 25th? If you want to share briefly.
We ethnic nationalities, Kachin, Karen, Karenni, Chin, Shan, all of us are co-founder of the Union of Burma, according to Panglong Agreement. Before Panglong Agreement, but we were independent nations or independent countries. Only because of Panglong Agreement, we joined Union of Burma. So we must be treated equally. There is no chauvinism. There must no chauvinism in Union of Burma. We need to value Panglong Agreement, equality, and federalism. So I would like to encourage all ethnic nationalities, Kachin, Karen, Chin, Karenni. We must be proud as founder of Union of Burma. We are not visitors, or we are not second citizens. We are the first citizens who founded the Union of Burma. So be strong, be courage, and let us fight together our rights, our constitutional rights, and our equality. And let us join hand in hand. Let us fight together. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for this time. My thinking has been that the Karens, the Kachin, the Xian, the Chin, Rakhine, Palau, and the Mon, and all the rest, they have been fighting against the government in Myanmar for the last 50, 60 years. And I think they have not been successful because they fight for their own just land. The Karens fight for Karen land, the Xian fight for the Xian land, the Wa fight for the Wa, the Kachin, for their own separate state. There is no unity coming together and fight the government. But this time, I think that is going to end because almost every city, every town has PDF or CDF in Chin State. And there is an umbrella organization called NUG, the government, unity government, supervising or leading or advising. And they have a central command throughout Burma, which is a different development. And I think it's the best thing that can happen to Burma if we all join together, not only in the ethnic groups, but also the Burmans, who are the biggest, the ethnic group. And so I have a great hope that this time they will topple the military government and the United Fighting Groups, PDF and the NUG, will be successful. I think that's what it is, moving direction of the country is. And so it's a new development. Federal, for example, federal democracy has been in Burma for years. many people are, especially the Burmans, are allergic to the word federal. But now the Burmans themselves are standing up for that. Not only ethnic groups, but the main group, Burmans, are standing up for that. So we are all united, not only in fighting spirit, but also in aiming of achieving federal government. That is, I think, the best future for the country Burma. And when that is happening in Burma, that should reflect also in the United States. Let the Karens come, the Karenni, the Sian, Kachin, Chin, Rakhine, Mon, Wa, Palau, whatever, come to Washington and show that we are united, and thereby we will be marching towards victory. The fighting against the military government has many components. Some will be demonstration, some would be CDM, some would do the fighting with their arms, some would do rescuing, some would be helping the wounded, and some would be financially helping them. It has many components, and demonstration is one of the components that is very important too. So let us all fulfill that part, demonstration in Washington D.C., which is the leader of the free world. So it should not be just, coming together and show that we are united. More than that, what we should be doing is that, as last year we did, signature driving. Signature drive, very successful. BAG is leading us. And so come to Washington and see that, come and see and show yourself that you are playing your part in the whole movement. I think it is not acceptable to be just complaining at home. I hate the media online. I don't like the military government. That's not enough. Let us come up and show by demonstration, by the people in Burma, by raising our voices, by signing our names. That is how it works in the United States. So demonstration is part of the whole movement to defeat the military in Burma. If you don't play your part, you are not playing your part. Come and play your part as well. That is what it takes, I think, to be victorious in Burma. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for your help.
Yes. Thank you so much for the message, reminding us, both Dr. Roding and Mr. Kyo, that, as ethnic people, we were never a second-class citizen. That's so empowering, because ethnic people been oppressed for so long, they started to feel like a second citizen. But thank you for reminding that, we are the founders of the Union of Burma. And also the message of complaining but then not doing anything won't help. So let us all do something about it instead of sitting and complaining. So I really thank you for that message, and I hope it doesn't fall on deaf ears. So we are kind of wrapping up our interview. So on the channel you will see we have Mr. Shim Mang's phone number. If you have any questions about the protest specifically on February 25th, please reach out to him. And then also we will share the flyer on Gotule Today website as well. So you can take a look at the flyer later on if you want to see in detail about the march, kind of the schedule for the day. So we will share that on Gotule Today website as well. So the last question I have is, for everybody, any thing you would like to share that I didn't cover, anything that you want to say or share as a closing remark, please do so.
Yeah, I would like to say something that, when I said, this is the first time, and it will be the first time for me, but I know it has been ongoing. A lot of people have been demonstrating in Washington, D.C. when I say the first time, I think it is for me the first time. That's what I meant. And also, I thank our brothers and sisters and all the citizens of Burma there for this for their endurance, I would say, and for this brutal military regime. And we hope to see all of them in the near future in the free world. So thank you.
I would just like to add that thank you for all the fighting that you all have been done for many years. Many years. Sometimes we, the Chin, just came into this whole thing very recently. And so we give the honors to all the Karenis and the Kachins and other folks who have been fighting this fight for a long years. And so we are learning many things from you as a group. And so we hope to learn more from you. And we hope to fight together. One of the things that this president of Ukraine has said that very effective was that they fight over there with one fist. And so, Min Aung Hlaing is very good at dividing us. And so let's not divide and fight with fingers, but more with one fist. And so this will be a great demonstration for all the young people actually to come and to see what's all about. It is one of those opportunities, a God-given opportunities. And so I hope everyone comes to that demonstration. Thank you.
If I can add one more thing, we are fighting in Burma not against any individual, but mainly because there is no justice in Burma for years. 70 years. There is no justice in education, no justice in the economy, no justice in politics, nothing. So all the powers are in the military hands. They have the tanks, they have the rifles, they have the planes, but no justice. And so what we are fighting for is to install justice in Burma. America is the greatest, probably in the history of the world, primarily because it's built on justice. If you go to the Lincoln Memorial Hall, on the top of the building, they wrote on the, shall we say, on the slab, on the rock, it says, equal justice under the law. So everyone is treated equally. They may not be 100% successful, but in the whole world, America is where justice is most practiced. And I would say Burma is probably the least practice of justice, probably non-existent. And so we are fighting for justice. We are not hating anybody, but we would like to have Burma a justice country. And in order to do that, we have to play our part. I think Dr. Sasa said something like, we have to root out the military dictatorship in order to enjoy peace and justice in Burma. Rooting out is what it takes to have justice and peace in Burma. Otherwise, they have been using their guns and their tanks for years. They will continue it. They will say, we will have election in April or in August, whatever. That has been the practice for years. It will never be a free and fair election in Burma run by the military government. Never. The result is definite by now. It'll be rigged. And so the only thing is to fight against injustice. I think that is the role of every citizen from Burma, every citizen in America, every citizen in the world. Only when there is justice, there will be peace. Thank you.
Let us fight together. Let us work together. I think and I know that 2023 is the year of decisive year. So let us keep our hard work. Let us fight together. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for your insight and your passion and everything you're doing for the democracy and justice in Burma. I hope all our listeners, youth, young and old, will try to make it to this protest on February 25th. Lastly, want to thank everybody, all our special guests from the Chin community. We appreciate your time, and hopefully we will meet again at Gotule Today channel. So I want to wish all the viewers halale, good evening, everybody, and thank you. See you again next time.
Good evening.
Bye.